You are now watching a Lucky Penny Shop product feature.
Hey, it's Lucky Penny Shop. Thanks for stopping by today. I do appreciate it greatly. How many times have I said, hey, it's Lucky Penny Shop? Well, I'll be doing it at least 8,000 times this year in videos. Once I reach that goal, I think I'm about 7,600 videos, 7,700 videos. And then, of course, all the times I start a video and then something happens or I'm interrupted. So I would guess 10,000 times or more I've said it. But what does that matter? I'm here to check out the Icee starter kit. Now, I got this from Aldi. It was $32.39 with tax, which is actually a decent price. Now, sometimes at Aldi, they just put things on the shelves. It's not an inventory item. They sell it, and then they don't put them back on the shelves. There was this one and another one. The box was damaged on the other one, so I grabbed this one. I thought it just looked very colorful. It's got these bluish, like a dark sky blue, red stripes going around it. On the front has the word Icee at the top in white with little snow on the top, like snow peaks on a mountain. And then the word starter kit on a little angle showing the machine. Coldest drink in town with these bubbly letters. Pretty neat. Includes 1 slushie maker, 4 paper cups, 4 straws, and blue raspberry artificially flavored syrups. The side has the word Icee again, much bigger. And then the Icee character looks like a bear, a polar bear maybe, holding an Icee, looking happy and ready to. What is the T, or is that an I? Is that an I on his shirt? And the other side is the same as that one side. The back panel starts talking about what it is. Because I looked at it and said, do you plug it in? Is there batteries? I don't see anything about batteries. It's from 2025, so it's new. Let's see. It's a hot summer's day and you need to cool down. What better way to do that? What better way to do just that than pouring out a glass of Icee slushie from your very own machine in your home? The perfect solution. Delicious. For generations, people all over the world have enjoyed unforgettable Icee slushies on memorable days out, and now you can finally have this iconic machine in your home. Turn parties, events, or any day of the week into treasured memories by making legendary slushies for friends and family. Have some stick out your tongue fun by adding your favorite Icee syrups, turning on this instantly recognizable slushie machine, then pouring out the tastiest of chill drinks, easy slushies at home. So you're turning it on. I don't see any UL listings. Maybe that's on the bottom. Makes 34 fluid ounces of Icee slush, mixed together 28 ounces of shaved ice to 6.1 fluid ounces of slushie syrup. Okay, let's see. Maybe there's something on the bottom about... No, nothing. So what is it? I don't know. Well, let me move the camera and we'll open the box and check it out. All right, so we have a nice top-down view. That was actually opened. Does not look like the box has been opened. Okay, nice to have the instructions right on the top. Let's see. Let's see right away. Safety information. Okay, still don't see a cord anywhere. What you will need. Jug measuring. Using the maker. Place the ice shaving chamber in the top of the main body. This may require some adjustments as this will only fit in if the position is correct. Once firm in place, okay, where does it say to start the machine? Using the dial on the front, you can alter the settings depending on your requirements. Coarse will give you thicker chunks of ice and fine will give thin shavings to create a slushie. There are 2 latches on the lid. The end with the on-off marking should be facing towards the back of the maker. Now rotate the ice anti-clockwise, the lid anti-clockwise, and the maker will begin shaving. So it starts by that. Where does it say plugging it in? I don't know. Okay, so the first thing we see is a blue Icee slushie, blue raspberry. Okay, there's the straws you get. You get some straws. What just dropped down? Okay, the paddle, it looks like, the mixing paddle. We have to put that together. The machine. And then there's supposed to be cups. Maybe they're in the machine. There's only one way to find out. Let's open this. Well, there's the cups. Okay, the cups are in this. It's got nice rubber feet on the bottom. Okay, that doesn't come out easy. Alright, so you got to kind of tilt it and angle it to get that out. Here's the big mixing chamber. Here's the 4 cups. So you get nice, like a wax paper Icee cups, about 4 or 5 inches tall. Let's put that there. Let's get these. Okay, let's open this. So this is the mixing tool, and then the straws. I'll be using these straws because I want to see. They look like paper straws, I believe. They are. Wax coated paper straws. Let's see. So this thing. Okay, so that's the lid. This is that chamber. This looks like a locking mechanism. Okay, so that pulls out. I see a gear here. Is that a battery? Oh no, there's the power cord. See? All tucked in there. And then maybe you go like that. I see, there's a little opening on this. So this goes back. And you move this over here. And then put this on. Okay, somewhat challenging. Okay. More challenging than I thought. Lock that in. They should have put the hole on that end, because then you got to bring the cord all the way back that way. There we go. Okay, so it is electronic, which is nice, and I'm glad, because the battery operated versions of stuff like this only do so well. Okay, so we get to plug that in. So that sits there. This, remember, it said it only goes in a certain way, so let's test that theory. There we go. So how do I determine that every time? There, and then that locks it, so it won't, nothing will start till that's locked in. And then on, off. On, off. Okay, so there's a little mechanism in here. I see it's like a little press down type pin. Actually, it's right here. A little black pin. So you fill it with ice. You load this up. We'll have to figure all this out. Okay, so that slides in pretty easy. Let's check this out here. Let me remove the camera down. We'll take a front-on look. All right, so let's see how this goes in. So there is an end that looks like, yeah, it goes over this cup. So then you must slide this in. There's no other way to do this. How do you lock? Oh, you lift it up to kind of lock it in? Maybe not. Maybe it drops down. Because it will not lock in like that otherwise. Maybe you turn this. Let's read the instructions. Okay, that's a good idea. I'm kind of just experimenting by doing. Okay, there we are. What you will need. We recommend that you use Icee branded syrups. Carefully follow the instructions on the syrup bottle. This is a guide. Should your mixture not produce the desired result, desired slush, you can add more ice or syrup as necessary. Please note, there are 2 measurements on the jug. Use Icee measurements for Icee syrups and use the embossed measurements for all other liquids. Okay, so you probably can put juice or other things in there. Or sodas. Making an Icee slushy. Using the Icee measurements on the jug, pour the syrup into the jug to the required levels. Okay, let's take a look. Let me do that. Let me do that. So we have syrup here. And then you put the shaved ice to there. If you're putting syrup to here, then you put the... Oh, wait. Let me help you there. So if you're putting the syrup to here, can you see the line? Then you put shaved ice up to there. If you do the syrup to here, then you put shaved ice all the way up to there. So we'll probably just do that for for a starter. And this side says the same thing, but it's not white. Oh, this is for other liquids. So put liquid to here, Icee to here, liquid to here, Icee to here. Probably because it's not going to have as much sweetness if you do a Coke product, because that's not a syrup. Turn to lock. Boy, we are learning. That's nice. It locks in real nice and tilts up. Great design on that. Let's go back down here. So we got all the measurements. Place the ice shaving chamber onto the top. That's in there. Lock in place. Now place the mixing paddle into the jug as shown above. They call that the jug. Choose your desired liquid. Okay, we learned that. Place the jug into the maker as shown in the image and rotate clockwise. Works. It is important the jug looks like the above image. Yes, with the handle to the left. That's what they're showing. Handle to the left. And add your ice. It is important you do not fill over the max fill line clearly shown on the canister. Okay, it's clearly shown. I don't know. Let's unlock this. The fill line. Caution, sharp blade. Caution, sharp blade. The max fill line is to the top of this. So the sharp blade looks to be plastic. We'll see how well that shaves ice. And let's just take a quick tour of the side of the unit so you can see all the way around. Now, it is a nice deep blue. And he's got the slushy colors, but it's not the red and blue on the front. It's like a light blue, dark blue. And then the polar bear is sliding on ice, holding a slushy, kind of riding the icy wave. And he's here bursting out of the front there. And then it's got this nice chrome strip around it, which is cool. A white base, and this really deep blue all the way around. And you see coarse and fine. So that changes something. What does that change? The blade? There's something moving in there when you do that. Oh, there's the blade down there. Aha, I didn't see that. So that is the blade. And you kind of coarse. That's coarse. That's got to be fine. Coarse, fine. Oh yeah, that's it. So fine, the blade goes up. Coarse, the blade goes down, or it kind of pulls back. And not the blade that's actually moving. There's a white rubber or hard plastic device. I don't know what else you would call it. They should have arrow here, arrow here. Unlocked. Let's drop this down just in case it has anything to do with that. There we go. So I kind of lined up these going across this way. And then that locks in. And this should just slide in, push it over, lock it. And then the small tab down there, the big tab up there. Okay, I think I've got the system down. All right, back to the instructions. Put the ice in, choose consistency. I think I'm going to do fine. Now place the lid on. There are two latches on the lid. The end with the one on-off marking should be facing towards the back. Yeah, I saw that. It says on-off right there. Okay, towards the back of the maker. Now rotate the lid anti-clockwise and the maker will begin shaving. So this is locked in, and then you do that So once it's clockwise, it'll start shaving. To turn off the maker, rotate the lid clockwise. So counterclockwise to clockwise. And then, let's see, you will notice that the ice will only fill the jug half full. Please refer back to step 6 to fill a further half if required. If you require 17 fluid ounces of slushy, crush 1 round of ice. For 34 ounces of slushy, crush 2 rounds of ice. Once mixed, turn the maker off by turning the lid clockwise. Remove the mixing jug by turning it anti-clockwise. Once removed, remove the mixing paddle from the jug and hand stir the slushy mixture with a spoon to ensure consistency. Serve your slushy in the cups provided or a glass and enjoy. Wow. It took me a lot to get to this point, but that's part of the process for me. I like to learn, give a good overview so that now we can start making our slushy. So let's do that next. Let me grab a bunch of ice. I don't think I have any other flavors from previous sets. I might. I'll have to look. Either way, we're going to make blue raspberry. All right, I'm ready to go. Everything has been washed and ready. Now the unit itself, I just kind of wiped out. Didn't want to put that underwater. Was there some cleaning and care instructions? Let's see. Storage and maintenance. Unplug the Icee slushy maker from the main electrical supply and allow to cool completely. Remove all detached parts. Clean the detachable non-electrical parts in water. Clean the outer surface of the Icee maker with a soft damp cloth. So they don't want you to put that near the sink, of course. All right, that's ready. This goes in here. That's kind of nice that you don't have to find the little paddle and stick it in there. You just kind of put it all in one. I like that. All right, let's get rid of this. So I'm going to do a couple tests. So one, I'm going to use machine ice. You know those countertop machines? That's the ice I have in the background. And then I'm going to use refrigerator ice, which is a thicker, more dense ice. This stuff is easy to break up. So here we go. I did not find any more of my other Icee flavors that I've had in the past. So we're just going to run with what we got. But I was thinking, maybe on the second one, put the liquid here. I was going to use a Squirt. I don't know, I have a taste for Squirt in a slushy. So this one here, you're filling to syrup to this line, and you shape ice up to that line. So let's do it. And they want it all in here. Let's just double check. Okay. Choose your desired liquid. Check. This could be Icee syrups, fizzy drinks, and fresh juices. Using the clear markings, fill the jug to the desired amount for Icee syrups. Use the printed markings for other liquids. Use the embossed markings. Okay, so here we go. Well, let's get you straight in on that. So the first line. Right there. Okay. Then you put that in. And lock it. Okay. And then ice on the top. Now add your ice. Now the ice they show is very much like the shape of ice that I have here. Okay, you're going to hear a breaking noise. And you should only go, oh, first we got to get this in. Let's see, I think it's this way. Nope, it's not that way. I think it's this way. Nope. This is the only piece I wish, see, this shouldn't turn. It should be all the way there. Okay, now it's locked in. All right. Now, fill it in. It really doesn't hold that much ice because of those big plastic blades in there. Okay. Let me break this up a little bit better. Whoa! camera auto tilted. That's called auto tilt. Ooh, that crushy ice sound. I brought a bowl just for this reason. Okay. That looks like it's ready. So we can do a couple views down here. Let's do this one here, and then so we could see the, oh, wait a minute. There we go. So tab in. So once I turn this, it's plugged in, it should start. Here we go. Oh, wait, I want fine. Okay, what happened? Don't know why it's doing this. It's out. We got to get the ice up to here. Filling up. I'm gonna get another light in here. It's a little dark down low, so you get a better. There, that's better. Okay, it is the lid. See it up here, it's starting to move. It doesn't lock in that close. That's exactly what's happening. I'll show you what's going on. So I put this in. Let me try it this way. A little bit more. I want to get this up to here. Close. I'm going to put just a little more in. I think I had the lid on wrong. I'm not sure. Maybe I did. No, yeah, no, I don't know what happened there. Alright, that's pretty good. So let's just lift this up. Let's turn the handle. Let's pull this out. Okay, it actually looks pretty nice with that ice. Take this out. Put it on the tray over here. And then it said mix it with a spoon. There's a lot of the flavoring sits on the bottom. And that's a nice amount. Now, even though it says fine, it's definitely not slushy. That will not go up a straw. Let me just check my level. That's pretty good. It's right there. Yeah, it's definitely a little more blue on the bottom. Let's turn that up. I would almost let that sit a minute so that the ice... Now, usually when I make snow cones and other Slurpees and stuff like this, the ice needs to temper. This was not necessarily tempered, so you wanted to get it to where it sits out for a little bit. And that softens up the ice. Okay. Now, I took out all of my special Slurpee cups. Yeah, this looks good. Just going to let it sit a bit. I really don't think that's going to go up a straw. And that was on the fine. Now we're getting there. Alright, well, let me just take a spoonful to taste. Yeah, it does say, once removed, remove the mixing paddle from the jug and hand stir the slushy mixture with a spoon to ensure consistency. I think that's important. Well, there is the first taste before I put in a cup. Yeah, it's not slushy-like. Because you're chewing chunks of ice. They are fine chunks of ice. Yeah, I would let this melt a little bit. I'm going to pour this into something bigger and make another one. Now that this ice has been sitting, it's starting to melt. Let's get something big to pour this in. Right, I'm going to pour it in this big bowl for now, so I can make another one. And then I'm going to show you the consistency. So it's more like crushed ice, but I'm going to let this sit off to the side. Plop on the countertop. Now let's take a closer look at it in here. Yeah, let that sit a little bit and then keep mixing it to get the right consistency. Consistency is key. Alright, I don't really need to wash anything because it's only the same flavor. Let's do another one. Alright. Lay that on the back. That's our test. Now look at the bottle already. That was one. So you're probably going to get 3 or 4 out of this. I'm going to get 1 more out of this. That's why I think the next one I'm going to make is a squirt. Straight out of the can. Alright. And I'm almost thinking use a warm liquid. Ooh, this goes in. Locked. Let's take this off. And let's get back to the ice. Well, it spins great. And make short work of that ice. I don't think that's going to be enough, but... Ooh, there's a couple chunks still in there that didn't get caught up in there. I think that should max it out. The ice is not dropping in completely. Let's just put a few more chunks in while we're here. Real close. So it's right here. And we want it to be there. Pretty close. I hear a little bit of chopping going on. I think that did it. Yeah, let's see what we have on this one. Yeah, it's higher in the middle, so I think we're good. This one back here looks about right now. Yeah, so most of that ice was already melted. I had to throw some fresh ones on top, but now I wonder what a coarse grind is going to be. We'll do the coarse grind on the next one. Generally speaking, it makes a decent quantity for the time. Okay, let's see. Let's compare it to this one now. This one? Okay, this one's definitely got more melted liquid in it. Let's just see. I don't even think it's going to go through a straw. Look at how nice that looks, though. That's a good presentation. It actually does look like a slushie, but an Icee. Okay, will it work? I feel if I'm going to use this straw, I'm going to get a lot of liquid out and there's going to be ice left. That's what's happening. So as I'm drinking it, it's getting lighter up here, and then you got to keep swishing it. I'll show you. There, now it's really light. I almost want to put more syrup on it. And my straw is already starting to keel over. All right, time for a new straw, but a bigger one. Kind of up the slurping power. Now you get chunks of ice, but most of it sits there. Now that was the fine setting. Let me do a quick, well, let me pour this in here. And then I can keep that off to the side. I'm definitely going to rinse all this. That's quite a bit. Look at that. It's just not fine enough to go through a straw. So maybe a different ice. Let me grab another type of ice cube, and then I'll also need a few minutes. I'm going to show you my little collection of Slurpee items. Some of you haven't seen on video. I'll be back. Okay, well, this ice here is a sturdier, more dense ice. That might work better than the ones from the machine. I've got Squirt, and I also grabbed the Dr. Pepper, and they are cold. But while that ice sort of acclimates here, we're gonna move it off to the side. And then as I was going through my stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, cool, I've got some cool Slurpee stuff. So these were Slurpee 50. I remember buying these when they came out, if I'm not mistaken, if my memory suits me. And then, so they had them in different colors. This is the blue and the orange, and then there's that swirly straw going through it. Slurpee, first fill free. I don't think I can, that's when you buy it. And then I had 2 of these from Shark Week. It also has Slurpee 50 on it somewhere. This one doesn't. This one does. Did I not see it here? Yeah, this one says Big Gulp in it, and it's got a shark bite out of the side. These were in different colors also, as you can see, and different designs. This is a rounded top, and this one has a ridge on the top, and you see the shark. I'm pretty sure that was from Shark Week, because along with those, they had these Slurpee straws with the sharks. I hunted all over to try to find the different sharks at the time. There's this one, so you drink out of that end and you look like a shark. Interesting, huh? So there was this design, then this design, and then this design. It's actually the same, but different colorings. So there was those 3. There might have been more. I don't remember. It was a while ago. And then, let's see. Let's get these out of here. I have a Big Gulp. I got that at an estate sale. Sometimes I buy the strangest things. First fill free. It almost looks like, yeah, the old 7-Eleven logo. That's a big cup. And then I have 2 of these. These are from an estate sale. Go Big. That was for Six Flags from 2019. And this one says new 2017 Super Cyclone. Free refills, day of purchase. Now this one's missing a little strap. This one, all you can drink all day. Coca-Cola. So I got those 2 Big Gulps. One more oddball. This tall one. It's like a neon green, and it looks like a swirly. Continue your thrills. I think that's the old logo too. This one's probably old as well. And it also looks like it had a strap at one time. Why do people lose the strap? I don't know. All right, well, we're ready now. I wanted to get that little intermission in there, show you some stuff that maybe you haven't seen in my collection. Let's go on to the ice machine. Okay, so now we're going to use this side. And the first line is a little higher than the syrup. I'm using a cold squirt. We'll do this one in coarse grind, just to see. And then we'll do the Dr. Pepper one. I would say that's about a half a can. Alright, let's turn the camera up here. I think the first time I did it, I had the lid in wrong. I guess that could happen. Now these don't stick to my fingers because they're already slightly melted. Now I feel a thicker ice like this will work better. So if you only have an ice machine, you're only going to get a certain consistency. Let's turn this to that. So now we're on coarse grind. Oh, that's right. Little on and off is up here. But if you do this wrong, this will fit in. See? So don't do it wrong like I did. Here we go. It's already looking more liquidy down there. Change ice to here. Oh, you can't see the side now when it's in there. So now you got to turn it this way. So it's really close. Maybe a couple more cubes. That definitely worked better. I made short work of that. Okay, see, coarse grind has bigger chunks. Yeah, we're right on the line there. All right, that's good. Let's pour that in a cup or a bowl. Let's grab another bowl. So this is what we have now. Bigger chunks, but it definitely does look mushier or more liquid in it. That's real close. Okay, let's just taste a little bit and we can hear how much ice I'm actually crunching. It's basically crushed ice. Let's set that one off to the side. Now we're going to set this to fine. We're going to grab this again, but this side. And we're going to do Dr. Pepper on fine. It's hard to see these lines when they're frosted over. Liquid to there. Let's do this again for the 4th time. We're learning. Okay. In she goes. Now we're on fine. There's this in my freezer too. It's a nice solid chunk. So usually when you shave ice, you're shaving a block of ice. And it gives you that nice, soft, smooth consistency. Oh yeah, on off. Here we go. Look at that down there. So it's really mixing down here and up here, so it's not really mixing this very well. Let's see. It's just under the line. That should be enough. As far as ease of use, I'm going to say it's really easy to use. No issues there. Very simple to operate. Let's take this out. I think that's the closest one, but it's still, even with that other type of ice, I don't think that's going to go through a straw. Ooh, I smell the Dr. Pepper though. Let us see. You'll know by the crunch. Yeah, it's more crushed ice. That will definitely not go through a straw. But let's do this. I'm going to clean up, and I'll come back with all three. I almost feel like it needs more Dr. Pepper in there just to kind of make it more drinkable. There we go. Now you could drink it now. That looks more easier to drink, but you're still going to get the crushed ice crunch. Still the same. I'll be right back. All right, so let's see. I'm going to move these to glasses now. You could see the crushed ice in there. It's going to be harder to do that with the other ones. I might just have to scoop it in. Well, let's just try it. It is refreshing, so on a hot day, I could see it being a nice treat. This one's going to be difficult. Let me just do some scoops. You have to admit it's a refreshing sound. Oh, I think I want to switch this. I think this one should be in this one. Color-wise. Okay, let me clean the countertop. I would say we've pretty much covered all the bases with this. Let us look at each one. Now, consistency-wise, like I said, it's more like crushed ice. It does not really go up the straw, but this would be a good way to show you. Let me get a long straw, and we'll taste that one, but you'll see how all the liquid comes out of the bottom. Okay, I got my longest possible straw. Here we go. The flavor is good, but now I have all the ice with no flavor on the top. And I've pretty much taken a big chunk of the liquid out. Let's try this one. Dr. Pepper. And I even added extra Dr. Pepper to that one. Now, as far as sweetness goes, the one from Icee is the sweetest, because that's a syrup. When you make those syrups, it's usually 5 or 6 cups of sugar in a gallon, and then you fill the rest with water. So it's got a lot of sugar. I do like that one. Well, I think we have a pretty good idea now. how the machine works, how to use the machine once I figured that out. And then 2 kinds of ice. Let me know what you think. You've seen my collection now. I made 1, 2, 3, 4 different kind of Icees. Well, actually 3 different kinds of Icees, but I made the blue one twice. We tried the coarse and fine settings, so I think we covered it all. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Lots more on the way. Later.
If you're looking for the item you just saw in the video, click here. Watch more videos by clicking here. Don't forget to share on social media and give a thumbs up.
Hey, LPS-Dave,
What's up, Butch?
make sure they don't forget to subscribe.
Oh yeah, please click here to subscribe to Lucky Penny Shop. And always remember, when you see a lucky penny,
Pick it up.